Ace, do you want to do your little bit?
Oh, yeah, you could like interact with this bot. Did you know that? For real.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Trash Talk. I'm here with a very, very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh my gosh, my YouTube channel's name is Nomad.
Well,
That's
well, yeah, man. Yeah. Well, diving straight into it. I recently saw your channel, right? I was browsing through YouTube, looking at my recommended, right? Looking for what to watch, and a couple of your videos popped up, right? One, I think it was about like the stick figure content creators, right? So the like animation ones are like offending everybody. And then your other one, the one on YouTube Shorts content creators, mainly specifically commentary ones. Now, I do want to start and just dive into, the beginning of your channel and how you got involved with YouTube. So, like, why did you start doing YouTube, man?
well, let's see. It all started when I was a young child, right? And I saw Smosh one day and I said, "Oh, cool." And then I saw Jerome ASF play Minecraft and I said, "Ooh, I want to do that too."
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw all these things and uh yeah, I think I've been through like 4 different channels at this point.
hmm
Just making stuff I want to make until I get into a corner and then I just start over and make a new channel. Like, I don't think this channel is even a year old. Like, the creation of it is a year old.
Yeah, well, like what I noticed with this channel as well is it's been in the past about a month or so, that like things have really been picking up steam, right? Videos with like 50,000 views, like 80,000, and then your video on YouTube Shorts commentary. Surprisingly, I was pretty shocked how well this did. It got over 150,000 views.
Oh, is that 150,000?
Yeah, around there, I think 100,
Oh my
like
gosh.
late 140s, 150,000. It's doing really well,
Damn.
because that's the video I found you from, on my recommended. So, what was the catalyst for you making the video? Because of course, as well, your most recent videos have been doing great. 140,000, 4K, 20K, and then you just uploaded one about 5 hours ago. Um, so, like, what was your catalyst for making that YouTube Shorts commentary video that like really blew up?
Uh, well, about one of the first videos of this channel was me making a video about Zong. I think I mentioned this in the video, but that's when I first found out about Zong. Was somebody sent me like a Skibbity Toilet challenge video he made, one of his
hmm
longer form content videos, and I'm mostly unfamiliar with shorts. I don't know a lot about it. I'm mostly just someone who watches long term stuff, or longer form. But the more research I did into Zong, the more I tried. I think I said I looked into other commentaries to see if like anyone even talked about him because I never heard of him, and he has 30 million subscribers. Like
Yeah.
somebody's talked about him, and everybody's that's talked about him is shorts channels just about. So that's where I became familiar with shorts commentary, and my video really is just kind of my initial reaction to all of it.
Yeah. Well, I was pretty shocked at how well that video did. But because I feel like YouTube Shorts commentary, right? Like I feel like you probably like looked at like when you went through the channels you were looking at people like Quackery, Rith, or Rife, and Veshremy. That they've got millions of subscribers. The videos do very well, but long form as well, right? It doesn't do that great because it's short form. So I was pretty surprised when like that was a video for you that did really well, right? Right around 150,000 views. Um, so going forward with that, right? What do you think made that video blow up?
I guess if you look at other videos of mine that have grown, like you mentioned the Stickman animator video, or even a video where I talk about salmonella clones. I mean, at least one of the niches that have I guess I've picked up on is just these smaller communities that exist, but there's not really a name to them yet. Like you have a name to commentary, I guess. You have a name to certain subgenres of YouTube, but
Yeah.
there's just stuff here and there that they exist, but no one's really picked up on them, I guess,
hmm
to like group them together. Uh, like like I guess there's a subgenre I haven't really looked at, but it's like
Yeah, yeah.
degeneracity clones,
Well,
where
I've got to ask you, right? Because like you said, right, like these videos are doing really well. You're looking at these, like, communities that are formed around maybe either one creator's done really well, right? That is popped off, and it's a genre of content creation that, of course, with shorts commentary is a little bit different because it fits into commentary, but it's still the same premise, right? That have popped off, it's doing well, but nobody's really spoke about it as a community or a whole, or as like even a subgenre. So I've got to ask you a question, man. What genre of content do you fall into?
that's a good question because uh, it's hard to say. Like the plain and simple answer is like I'm a commentary channel, I
Yeah.
guess. Like I'm commentating on these things. That's the simple answer. But I it's hard for me to be restricted to I guess the traditional format of commentary where I normally commentary is just kind of focused on like a singular person. Like if you're going to talk about something for a video, you're talking about like one person or you're
Hmm.
documenting the history of a person and giving context or your own take on just a singular person
Yeah.
or a film, which I guess
Hmm.
that's just a review or whatever. But I ideally I I'm just a commentary channel by name. I don't want to be limited to whatever are considered restrictions to certain genres or formats.
No, no, no. I get that because I guess with commentary, right? A lot, like you said, there are loads of different like shapes and forms of commentary, right? You got documentary stuff, short form, topic, gameplay commentary, all this sort of stuff, right? Where people cover and stuff, but you don't want to be limited by like one specific genre of commentary and just content creation in general, right? You want to be able to experiment with videos, do other things, and not just be limited specifically to, I'm a commentator that does this, or I'm a YouTuber that does this and stuff. So going forward with your channel, so like, of course, you've had these commentary like type videos that have blown up, right? 150,000 views here, like 90,000 views here. And they're doing really well, right? And you can see a pattern emerging within your content and how you create content. What's your plan going forward? Do you want to stick to doing this form of content, or like what's up there?
I I mean, it really is just a mix of doing what's working, but also not being constricted to that. Because I mean, I think it's important to understand, what you're doing and how it's working because even I don't like 100% understand, what's succeeding and what's not succeeding. I mean, I made a video about like a certain subgenre of content, like Minecraft commentary videos, where you might have seen those popped up where they're like it's more like raw Minecraft gameplay, and they're
Yeah.
just talking about life and stuff. Where that's a similar genre or similar to other videos I'm doing where I'm talking about these internet sub communities, but that one didn't blow up. So, but at the same time, I did a video where I just rant about the internet, and that one was like the one that really picked up momentum for my channel. So, it's really just looking into details between how that worked, how this worked, and I guess what's not working. But I wouldn't really say there's nothing that's specifically not working. It's just some things succeed more than others. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
say anything by any means I've done anything that's like a genuine failure.
No, well, as well at this point for this channel, right? You said that like you don't even think that this channel's been around for like a year yet, right? So at this point, you're just experimenting, and you've found something that genuinely doing well, right? You're getting interaction, views, and stuff, and you're building up like people that generally want to interact and watch your content. And of course, I do want to ask you, right, because I'm currently looking at a comment left by Quackery, one of the people you spoke about in the video, like for your shorts commentary one, where he says, honestly, this is a W take. I wouldn't really consider any of our content commentary. A lot of the content I personally make is just brain rot. Anyways, this video is actually something as fuck to watch. So for this video, what was the overall reaction? Because I know for shorts commentary, right, I've got several channels, right, and one of them I do shorts commentary on. The absolute slop, right? It's awful. I think my motto is literally like bad shorts for views. Um, what was the reaction? Because I know their fan bases can be like pretty, harsh. I know especially Rifes and stuff like that can. So what was the response? Was that like a positive response to the video you got in the comments?
I Yeah, I mean, I can pull up the like to dislike ratio if you want.
Yeah, go on, man. Because
Um,
I'm just interested because I know a lot of these shorts commentators. There's the shouty ones mainly, like
yeah,
Rife. Usually he just like goes out and attacks anybody who has like a condescending opinion or something that's different to him.
yeah,
Um, that contrasts him. Well, I'm looking at these comments, and the majority of the comments I'm seeing are like overly positive, right? There aren't
yeah,
loads of negative ones, and like the ones I am seeing that are negative are towards the people. I see that Veshremy even commented, saying like, "Guru, I'm so angry now for a good video though." So you clearly hit the mark with this video and stuff. And are those the type of videos like how you set it out, right? The formula of that video is that how you want to apply to other videos? Like how you set that video out, how you came across in that video, because it seems to have like genuinely like cultivated an audience here and captured people that might have been against you if you had formulated this video in a different way.
yeah. Uh, uh, oh no, dead air. But
So good, bro.
yeah. Yeah, let's take a moment of silence for OJ real quick.
Yeah, honestly, bro, poor OJ,
Yeah,
man.
let's pour one out for OJ real quick. But yeah, with that video, I mean, the main thing I think that just worked with it is obviously I wasn't trying to come off as inauthentic. I think the most inauthentic thing about it was my thumbnail. I called it, what did I say? The worst content on YouTube. And I think that's the appeal of what came to it, but the actual recording of it, I mean, it was mostly just my live reaction to like the actual culture at the
Yeah.
moment. Everything I was looking at was generally pretty candid. I mean, there's like certain things, like I obviously had to know who Rife or Rith, I said Rife in the video, Rife was before making that video. I knew that, but other than that, like I kind of knew who Veshremy was because I saw a Twitter post of him, but Quackery, I didn't know who Quackery was. Like I found out who he was while I was making the video, and it was like, okay, I'll look at his stuff
Yeah.
now. So I think having just kind of that spur of the moment where I'm not doing anything, I'm not planning anything meticulous. I'm not actively saying I saw this whole community and they all suck. It's like this is I'm looking at this community and this is my general reaction to it. When I'm reacting to the drama, I don't even want to be on camera because I have nothing to say. I'm putting back my ice cream that was melting.
Yeah. Well, with that genre, of course, like we like touched on, right? You don't want to be limited, right? You uploaded a couple of different videos, right? So Disney's worst movie that got 20,000 views. Your most recent video is Pink Floyd's AI Apocalypse. So like you can clearly see that you're trying to branch out to other stuff as well. But I've got to say, man, for a recommendation for a video topic, if you do want to, keep doing the occasional one where
Hit
you
me.
take a look at a community and stuff, I've got to tell you, right, maybe you might want to wait a couple of months for this one purely because you've just done one like on a commentary type community. You've got to look at the small commentary community, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. You think the shorts commentary is bad and that you can get a good video out of that? You can get an even better video out of small commentary. Um,
What's the difference between shorts commentary and small commentary?
So Shorts commentary is limited to like reaction type videos on people like Zong, Topic Yield, where they just shout at the camera, right? It's complete brain rot, 60 seconds of just, reacting to some poor guy who's doing a skit or whatever. So small commentary encompasses a whole different like form of commentator. Usually, depending on how you want to format this video, you can look at it a couple of different ways. So there are small commentators who will just make videos on other small commentators. So they will just talk about people within their own community. There are small commentators who might make videos on other bigger content creators. So it's like a smaller version of just the regular commentary community, but it's way more funny, right? Bunch of degenerates, bunch of weirdos, like genuine like shit videos as well. That are like arguably worse than some of the slop short content and the brain rot. Because it's like a full-fledged like 10-minute video of just absolute like rubbish. It is definitely video worthy. So like if you are looking at doing another video on like a community like in the next couple of months or so, I definitely recommend taking a look at small commentary because it
Okay,
is something, man. I genuinely think you could get like a decent video out of looking at the small commentary community.
that's fair. Hopefully it's not too rich because like I can only cover so many small commentators.
Well, there's really, right? There's some great small commentators, right? Then you've got like a couple of okay ones. Then you've got meh. But realistic, there's like only some really like bad ones. There's like I want to say maybe there's like 6 or 7 really bad small commentators, like they're really bad that you could probably put in a video, if you want to format it that way. So you don't have to worry too much about like there being so many that you can't cover it in a video.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't want
But
to.
yeah,
I don't want to be like a Pokemon or something where it's like there's 150 small commentators that I got to put in a video. Be the
well,
small commentator master.
well, there's so many people in this community, right? But like, not all of them are like shit content creators. Like some of them are like great videos or whatever. So there are only like I said, like 5 to 7 really bad ones that would like be worthy for like a video like that. Um, but of course, like I feel like a highlight of your channel, right? Like you said earlier as well, is you're not sticking to one genre really, right? Like it's all technically falls under like the umbrella of like the very large community, which is commentary, right? Like I feel
Yeah.
commentary encompasses a lot. If it's reaction, documentary, topic commentary, gameplay, if it's the stuff you do, it encompasses a hell of a lot of content. But what draws you to jumping from like topic to topic, in the sense of, a lot of people, like if you're a big content creator like Sunny V2 or whatever else, right? You stick to what you know, right? The formula that you
Yeah.
know, right? What draws you to like hopping on different stuff? Is it a passion thing that you're just doing this as maybe a hobby or what? Like, what is it that drives you in that way?
Well, it is a mix of passion, and it is like if I'm not interested in making a video about something, it's not like I can't make it. Like if I'm not
Yeah,
interested in a topic, it's like, oh God.
yeah,
Like I want to say like halfway through recording my Pink Floyd video, the most recent video I did, I was like, like I have a lot to say about this, but I fucking hate talking about it.
yeah,
And I don't want that to happen again. I mean, it's a fine video. It's whatever. It's 7 of 10 right now. It's not actually that. But regardless of that, yeah, like the important thing to me is I want to talk stuff that I think is not only rich in a topic, but
yeah.
I just want to talk about it, like actually wanting to talk about it, because if I want to talk about it, then I want to edit it. I want to do everything else that goes into talking about it. And even if it's something that's interesting, which I'm still learning these things, where even if it's an interesting topic and it has a lot to talk about, even if
Hmm.
I don't want to talk about it, it kind of messes up the flow of everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Um,
for
mhm.
example, like I think you can do a direct comparison between Disney's worst movie and Pink Floyd's AI Apocalypse. One is 52 and a half minutes, the other is actually like longer than the shorts commentary, but one required me to edit like 2.5 hours of raw footage of just me talking. The other required me to edit 40 minutes, and one was done way more than the way before the other, and it was the Disney video. I had so much passion into that I just realized I didn't have when it came to AI art.
Well, yeah, like I guess, right, like you said, right, you want to focus on stuff that you actually care about, right? Stuff that you can actually like drive to make good content about. Like, because there is nothing worse than sitting down, like, right, you might have a good idea, whatever, you start making this video and you fucking hate it, right? You're dreading making this video, you get midway through and you just want to scrap the project, right? Because it's not fun, right? It's not fun to post, to upload, to do anything with it because you sort of get like a creative burnout on the video, which
Yeah.
is something, especially for a new content creator like you don't want like at all. You don't want like any form of creative burnout, right? You want to be like able to hit the ground running like over and over again with these videos without
Yeah.
feeling like some form of burnout. Uh,
Actually, do I actually kind of have a question, real quick, Nomad.
Oh yeah,
So,
hit me.
I usually like to ask this question like when I can, obviously. So, you seem like the perfect guy to ask this. So, what's your favorite video that you've ever made, and then like what's your least favorite?
Um, well, my least favorite is unlisted. That's how bad it was. But I'll talk about my favorite first, because I think in terms of like the epitome of what I want my channel to just embody, um, it's an older video. One of the I don't even know, like the seventh, eighth video I made, It was about me reacting to Whiplash, Adam Neely reacting to Whiplash actually, where I just I hate that's my least favorite video on YouTube is Whiplash as reviewed by a jazz musician. Like just plain and simple, that's my least favorite video. I hate it. I hate it with a burning passion. And I just made like a 20-minute video where I just like I scream and shout at that video like a barbarian. And I just want every video to be like that. I think if I like that video was my most popular before everything else. And I think if I just kept making if I was able to keep making videos like that, I think my channel would probably be at like 100,000 by now. Just like that video, I made that video in like an entire weekend. Like just it was constant. Just oh my gosh, I loved recording it. I loved reacting to it. I loved editing it. I loved just the amount of sheer just everything that went into that. And then my least favorite was it was 4 minutes 10 seconds long. I could barely even scrap. I could barely scrape anything together. Where I talked about I don't read a lot of manga, but I read this one manga called 20th Century Boys, which I really enjoy. I recommend it to anyone. So I was like, but there was like, I wanted to do my best impression of a channel called Every Frame of Painting. Like,
boy.
I wanted to do my impression of that. And so that required me to write a script. I wanted to write a script for this thing, which I can write a script. I can write dialogue. That's how I script. I write a bunch of dialogue. But in terms of like writing an actual essay for a video or like an actual thing I have to read, it is awful. Writing the script isn't bad, but actually recording it and like reading what I already wrote, it is absolutely grueling. My delivery is half as energetic. It's half of everything. And one thing when I'm editing is I kind of like having the visual of myself, not out of sheer ego, but maybe it's just a stimulation thing of being able to edit the audio and the video at the same time. I just find that to be a lot more rewarding, which my 20th Century Boys video only had audio and I hated it. So I just straight up unlisted the video. I hated it so much.
Well, like, I guess we're doing audio as well, right? Like, because I know a lot of people, especially within commentary and other genres, right? They will record just audio, right? They won't have like a face cam or whatever. And then they have to come up with like visuals to put on the screen, right? Because when you just talk in there, you're filming yourself. You've already got like that base layer, right? To put screenshots up, clips or whatever. It's way easier to edit, probably way more fun to edit as well because it's less stress, right?
Oh my gosh, it is like, so much.
Yeah.
Like as someone who used to be a faceless channel, or like I had an older channel that was faceless. Having a face to edit with, it makes all the difference for me. I'm not gonna say it's the same for everyone else, because this is more just to express like making as many videos as you can to find your style, more so than just, oh, by the way, put your face in your video. It's so much easier. Put your face, put your address too while you're at it. You know, put some clouds in your video so people can find out what the weather patterns are, by the way. I'm not saying that, but I am saying, you know, when it comes to editing a video, not only am I more comfortable with putting my face in it, but it just speeds it up like 5 times the amount. Like I make 5 times the video when I put my face in it, or 3 times.
Well, like, you don't have to focus on that background, right? Because I know with a lot of commentators and a lot of creators, right, who are faceless, they've got to focus on doing background, doing a bunch of other edits, audio. Like, it will take them easily, right? If you want a good video, it will take them like 4 days, a week, right, to complete like a fully edited video, especially like one of the length of videos that you do, right? These 14 to like, what, like 30, 40, 50-minute videos. That takes a hell of a lot of time if you're not using Facecam, like in any capacity. So I guess you've got that right. Like you've got everything there to be able to like succeed. All right, you've got a way to make videos that works for you. You've got a style of content and stuff that works for you. So I've got to ask you, like, because at the moment, right, I'm assuming when you created this channel, you didn't think that like within less than a year you'd have like 11,000 odd subscribers, whatever you're on, with videos with like 100K or whatever.
Yeah. I
Where
wasn't I
do you
wasn't thinking that, but I was fucking hoping.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't think many people think within like a year that like especially with long form now that you'd be able to get there. So where do you see yourself like in like 6, 7 months time, man?
I it really all depends. Like when I say like when I first started, like I'll go back further. I'll go back like 4 years ago in the
Mm.
past, whatever. When I started a new quote unquote new channel, and I just that's when I started making videos, and I just one video at a time and stuff. And obviously the channel didn't grow very much and stuff like that. It just got to a point where um I had a channel where I knew like if I kept doing what I was doing, nothing was gonna happen. Nothing was going to be rewarded.
Yeah.
So really, I mean, if you asked me the same question a year ago, I probably would have told you I would have had less subscribers than I have now because I would have made a new channel.
Hmm.
So, but obviously that's not the case.
Yeah.
Um, so 6 to 7 months from now, I really think, hon- I think it's going to be more than less 6 to 7 months if I keep doing what I'm doing because I have a platform with liberation. I have a way to not feel constricted by
Yeah.
certain things because I finally have a way to make the videos I want to make. Which the channel I had before, that was not the case. The channel before that, it was a lot more art centric. It was a lot more centric on drawing and stuff.
Hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, like theoretically, the videos were like more artistic and better, sort of. I mean, there was a better story behind them and stuff,
Yeah.
but actually making them fucking miserable, absolutely fucking miserable. Um, so it's like compromising where maybe I'm not making a video with 90% quality like I was before. When I started this channel, I was probably making a video with like 60% quality. Like
Mm.
you know, I I sacrificed a bunch of quality just so I would actually have the will to make videos. But now I'm probably at a point where I'd say my videos are like 80% quality. I'm making stuff that I would actually watch. If I
Hmm.
didn't know my own channel, I would sit down and say, "Oh, I like this."
Yeah.
So 6 to 7 months from now, not only do I expect, the quality to get even better, like maybe I'll even be at the 90% that I was before, but not only that, but I'll actually have like numbers to go with it, which I numbers are always great.
Yeah, well, like it seems like you're in a good headspace, right? Especially for making content, right? I know a lot of content creators, their main goal, right? It seems like your main goal is I want to make a video that, if I didn't know myself, I would sit down and I would enjoy it, or I'd consider watching, right? I'd click on it, see what it's about, right? Make a piece of content that would entertain me, my friends, or whoever. But I feel like a lot of content creators now, it's I want to make a video because I want 100,000 subscribers, or I want a house, right? I,
Yeah,
I want to have the biggest fuck off yacht ever, right? I want to have a bunch of bitches on there, right? I want to party.
it's all good,
I
bro.
want this, right? I want to snort like cocaine off like the fucking like boat, right? Where it seems like you're definitely a bit more grounded in that sense, right? You want to make content because you enjoy it and because you want to create something that you think that you would like enjoy, right? Make content that you're not only proud of but you would enjoy, which is something especially like in early YouTube, was a lot more common, which you don't really see now.
Yeah.
Which maybe you could probably like, link to why your videos do well because you know in yourself that if you saw that video come up on your like homepage recommended or whatever, you'd actually click on that and check it out.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's less about like people nowadays. They want the fortune and fame and stuff like that. I mean, that's always
Mhm.
been a thing. There's always been the story of
Oh, definitely.
some person moving to New York and like
Yeah,
sucking the penis of some famous artist to join Andy Warhol's factory or
yeah,
whatever. Sucking maybe Andy Warhol's penis to be in his film,
yeah,
something like that. Um, so there's always been this desire of, oh, I want to be famous. Oh, I want popularity. You know, I don't think that's necessarily a new thing, but I do understand how it can be seen as a lot more mainlined or mainstream.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like that's been heightened, especially because of shorts and TikTok, right? Short
yeah,
form content that blows up easily, right? No fucking effort, right? I mean, I grew a channel to 500,000 subscribers, right? Got the play button, whatever, from just doing that Veshremy clone stuff, right? Those Veshremy style shorts, reacting to be like Zong on a second channel. I mean, it didn't take me anything, and I mean, like, it's so easy to do now. Because people just see numbers, see money, see an opportunity, right? Don't really care. I mean, I feel like it's really prevalent because of TikTok, way more prevalent than maybe a couple of years ago. Because you've always had them, right? You've had your Logan Pauls, your Jake Pauls, your Morgses. You had all these people, right?
oh, beautiful
Um,
Morgs.
yeah, I love Morgs,
Morgs'
man.
mom.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Um, we've seen all these people for years. And I guess they're just more prevalent now because of TikTok and short form content creation.
A lot more in your face.
Yeah.
I, yeah, I don't necessarily like for me stuff like that. It's like it is what it is. Uh, I don't think you're gonna stop people wanting the easy way out of or the easy way into 15 minutes of fame and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna prevent that, or I think the most you can do is just find a way to obviously make what you want to watch. And even when you start out, you're not gonna make stuff you want to watch. Like you'll watch it because you made it, but that's about it. Um, so I, it's hard to say. I want to say that it's like a 50-50 of actually like being delusional enough to like actually believe what you're making is like really good until it actually is.
Hmm.
Because I mean, I say like my Zong video was 60% quality, but probably at the time I was like, oh man, I'm actually making something. I'm making a commentary video that's like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. But in reality, it wasn't that good of a video in retrospect. But at the time, it's like I thought it was a good video. So it's less about actually making good videos, but just being convinced that you're making good stuff. And eventually, you do make good stuff. And then,
Yeah.
maybe eventually you'll make great stuff. And if you make great stuff, then people will watch the great stuff for the most part. I mean, as long as you like have the hustle to consistently make it, which I know there are certain formats that reward them more than others. Poor animation, poor animation. Um, but yeah, with like shorts commentary, I think I despite even though I said, "Oh, this is the worst content on YouTube," it is kind of strange to me. The reception to that was like as positive as it was. Like I knew it was going to be well received. I didn't expect like a bunch of 12-year-olds to come in my comments and go start screaming. Um, but I was surprised at the sheer like self-deprecation of the actual like shorts commentaries that were responding to that, and they say, "Yeah, our content does suck," and that to me it's a little disappointing because I don't necessarily see what they do as bad. I think they have the potential to make something inventive or creative with what they do. They
Yeah.
don't necessarily have to do these things they're convinced they have to do to succeed. Um,
Well, I, I I guess with that, right? Like they're very self-aware, right? I mean, I'm self-aware of myself. It's the second channel at the end of the day. Like I feel like there's a complete quality difference and a complete like different like thought process between somebody like me, right? I've got main channel, second channel, loads of other channels, right? The podcast channel that we're currently filming for right now. And there's a complete different quality for me in my head, right? Like main channel, I want the best quality long form videos I can get out there, right? Or what I think is good quality. My second channel is whatever. Like apart from this, of course, like I want to make content that I think would target like a certain audience, whatever. So for my short channel, I know that for me, I'm not making a video that I want to watch, but I'm making a video that would genuinely entertain a certain demographic or an audience, right? It might not be great content, but it has its purpose. It like fits like for whatever that person who's watching it, right? If it's what they enjoy, they might enjoy it and they might perceive it as good content. Where I do find it kind of sad for like some people that like great that they're self-aware about look that they may not be making the best quality content they could be possibly making, but like they know why they're making it. But I do find it kind of sad for the people that's their whole thing, right? They're just a commentary shorts YouTuber and that's all they do, right? And they know their content like maybe in their words sucks ass, and they don't really care or whatever. Like I thought there's a completely different way to approach that and like deal with that.
Yeah. Well, actually, I did look through like some of your episodes. I guess I looked at the guests of the episodes, and I guess your most recent upload is what's his name? Uh,
What
uh
Raiden?
yeah, you guys had a conversation with him where I listened to it in the background, and I guess he's like a very numbers centric person. He
Yeah,
likes numbers a lot.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, a lot. Even in the
a
comments,
lot,
man.
a lot of numbers. He had
Mm.
big number good.
Yeah, honestly.
Um, yeah, when it comes to that mentality, uh, like again, it's a very inherent mentality that comes with something that's just it, it, it's a strange reward system, I guess. Because I'm not familiar with the reward system of shorts. It's like it exists, but it's a little bit stranger.
Hmm.
Um, so what was the question again?
We were just talking about their mentality towards their own content, right? So like a lot of them being maybe a bit more self-deprecating, right? So then stuff like I make shit content, or people like making it their main content and their main channel, and them only doing it like for views or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, doing it for views, doing it for the beautiful views, and yeah, so that's something that can be traced back to like even 10 years ago with Let's Plays and stuff. And you have
Hmm.
I'm trying to find like similar things that I can compare it to. Um,
Well, like you've always had it on YouTube, right? And especially online. I feel like in the past, I want to say 5 years. I think it's like 2019, even longer now, right? Like 2018, 2019. You've always had it because of short form content, right? It is like one of those like old scams you'd see, right? Like a get rich quick scam, right?
mhm.
Like for YouTube in short form is you upload a couple of videos, right? If it's TikTok, right? You want to whip out a dance, or YouTube, you want to get out your little like Zong short to react to, or whatever you want to do, right? You sit there for like 10 minutes, you record it, you don't give a shit, right? Because it's taking you 10 minutes. And I feel like this is why so many shorts content creators that do shorts specifically are so self-deprecating and they don't give a fuck, right? Is because to them that takes maybe an hour, less than that. Well, like a video of yours, right? You're not going to say, oh, fucking, I'll make shit content, but I'm going to do it anyway, because you take longer. You will
Yeah,
sit there and grind out a video. You'll find a topic that you're interested in or enjoy or whatever, and you'll talk about it. Where these short form content creators that only do that will look at a short, react to it in like 5 minutes, upload it. Who gives a fuck if it flops, if it does well, if it doesn't do well, if like they enjoyed it, if they think it's shit or whatever? Who cares? It took me 5 minutes. I can do another one
yeah.
of them in like 5 minutes.
I can't
Um,
lie. I do envy their emotional detachment sometimes.
yeah, yeah, honestly, man.
Yeah, like I wish I could be a psychopath sometimes when I make a video. Like, man, I wish I could just like not give a fuck at all and just make something. It's like, oh, I don't, oh, I'm too fucking sad to make a video today. Oh man, and then I make it at like between 1 and 3 a.m.
Yeah, I wish I could have that mentality for trash talk for like all my other channels, right? My main channel. I wish I could fuck this. I don't give a fuck. Like it don't matter. It don't matter if it
Yeah,
flops or does whatever. Look, let's take me an hour. Who gives a fuck? But I guess with long form, right? Like it doesn't just take an hour, right? That's a lot of research, editing. If you do like scripts, right? Script writing, thumbnails, titles. That's a lot of thinking. A lot of time has gone into that content. Where by
yeah,
the end you actually care about this project, you want it to do well. With a short, you sit there, you react to some guy who's like waving like a chicken leg about, right, throwing at his girlfriend. You don't care, right? You're calling him fat or whatever. You upload it, it does what 50,000 views. Who gives a fuck? It took me 5 minutes. Great, I got like a couple of thousand subscribers from it.
yeah,
There is no heart behind it. There is nothing there. You build an audience. You get there quickly, you move it over to long form, and even the long form doesn't matter because it's the exact same as the short form. Like it's exactly what it is with short form. So you're more detached in that way, right? Not
yeah,
don't really care. You're going to care more because your videos take longer and you put more effort into them. You're always going to care more.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess it's considered a strategy to have short form content be like for a lot of people, it's like their way of bridging the gap between, oh, if I get a lot of clout now, that's basically just me getting a big boost when I eventually make long form content. And to that, I would just go ahead and make it. I would go ahead and make long form content. I just go
Yeah.
ahead and make stuff that's over 5 minutes long, or even over a minute long. Even if it's a minute and 1 second, it's longer form. But I don't deny like I have optimism for shorts, despite everything.
Mhm.
Even though a lot of it is just like designed to just exist and attention, I still think it's a perfectly viable format. I think you can make, you know, cherishable things. There's still people who quote vines. I don't know why, but they still do. Um, so I don't deny that, the shorts are still like a form of content that are viable. It's just depending on if you think they're viable or not in the first place, and then just making something that's quick and snappy.
Mhm.
Like think of like a web comic, Vine. There's some TikToks that are funny. Some of them. Um, it's just it's just about just actually caring about what you do at the end of the day. If you care about making shorts, it'll show. Uh, but if you don't, then you know, I'd suggest finding stuff that you do care about. And it's not even like, uh, oh my gosh, do it out of righteousness. Make long form content out of because it's more righteous. I
Mhm.
joke about that where it's like, yeah, I'm morally superior for making shorts content, but I don't actually think that it's easy to make a joke about. But in terms of just what is considered quality content or fulfilling content, it's just stuff that you inherently care about and put care into. And for some people, what they care about is just like the numbers game and optimization. I should say they just care about optimizing, and
Yeah.
that's fine. To an extent, I like optimizing too. I think that's what's actually helped boost my channel is caring about. I ultimately care about the numbers, and a channel that purely doesn't care about the numbers, you don't know who they are. Basically, they make better stuff, sure, but they could make it. They probably do it in a very painstaking way,
Yeah.
and I ultimately think it's like the opposite end of an ego where you're so focused on making good stuff. You're so focused on making stuff that's like art that you
Mhm.
kind of get tunnel vision by it, and you kind of realize, oh, no one actually cares about what I'm making because no one is looking. Which, to me, I don't think it's as bad as being completely consumed by the numbers game, but
Yeah, Raiden.
I do think it is. I do think it is like it's very obscuring on both
Yeah.
ends.
Well, like I feel kind like I get why people care about the numbers, right? I mean, every YouTuber to a certain extent or content creator cares about the numbers, right? Like
Of
to
course.
some certain extent, right? Like I wouldn't upload a video and hope it got 1 view, right? I'm not like, oh please, fucking, I hope no one watches this shit.
Yeah.
Like you want people to watch your video, but there's a difference between it
Yeah,
being blinding, right?
Kanjin. Sorry, that was out
Yeah,
of nowhere.
fucking, oh, I don't want to fucking, I don't want anyone to click on my fucking videos, you cunts. Don't watch, right? Like, nobody's like that. I don't know any content creator that doesn't put out a piece of content, right? And goes, I don't want anyone watching this. I don't, right? Like, everyone I know wants their videos to do well, succeed. There's a difference between that and being blinded by it. That being your whole thing, right? Pumping out
Yeah.
whatever fucking shit you can because you want 1 million subscribers or you want a video with 10 million views or whatever you want, right? There's a complete difference, and you can definitely tell between like the content and the creator itself, right? Someone
Yeah.
who genuinely cares about the content they're creating and wants to succeed, wants to get these views in the long run, but actually cares, and then a content creator who is completely driven by like money and numbers.
Yeah. I guess in some sense, I'm thinking of like some channels where creatively, like they're pretty. I name drop Conjure, so I'll use him as an example since I already gave my bias towards him. But he had this series called Conjure House. It's a like a 2015 2014 humor type thing.
Hmm.
So it's fast paced, but it's like people who like Vine Sauce like Conjure, um, whatever that means. right? Granddad. Nah. Okay. Got a ADHD brain. Gotta calm down.
So good, bro.
But with Kanjin, the thing is that he had like this whole lore, this whole world building thing in his channel, especially with Kanjin House, this series. And it got to a point where he was so frustrated with his own success with Kanjin House that he deleted a bunch of channels that interfered with the lore he wanted right now. He just deleted the videos altogether. And eventually he uploaded them back up, but it's like, listen, I get like this channel is yours. This channel is your creative vision. However, you have to understand how like the limitation of how special you are. Because I just think there's some channels that like they get so caught up in like a vision, in their own vision of what their channel should be, that
Yeah.
they don't compensate for the fact that like they have subscribers and a viewership. Where like I got frustrated enough to the point where I unlisted one of my videos. I unlisted a video about 20th Century Boys, but I didn't unlist the video because of like technically there's an ego that goes into unlisting that, but at the end of the day, it's just because I thought the video sucked. I thought the video
Yeah.
was so bad, so awful. I said, you know, just as a reminder to like know, you know, if I ever think I make a bad video, I can know like, is it bad enough to unlist? No,
Yeah.
because the video I unlisted, the video that was so awful that I unlisted was the 20th Century Boys video. Great manga, by the way. I want to read more of that author. Like Billy Bat or whatever the fuck that, I don't even know. That's like a character of Goodfellas. But I think yeah, that's an example of like just letting your own vision cloud your channel in a way that's almost the opposite of numbers.
No, definitely, man. I've got to agree with you, right? Like I feel like you give some good examples there, right? You know, letting stuff cloud your vision because, or like, because I feel like for a lot of people, right? They've got a vision for their channel. They've got a vision for where they want to be, and sometimes that actually clouds, you know, the process.
Yeah. Yeah, to an
But yeah.
extent, okay.
No, you keep going, man. All right.
All right, yeah, sorry. I just heard like a from your mic. I wasn't sure if it like cut off or not. Yeah, like vision. I try not to have that much vision if I'm being completely honest. The main vision I have is having a platform to make what I want to make. That's the quote unquote vision, where the vision is to be able to have a lack of vision with what I make, to be able to make a video about a Disney movie, and next week I don't even know what I'm gonna make. Like after I'm done recording a video about Pink Floyd and I don't even know what I'm gonna make next week. And that to me is my vision, is actually having the lack of vision. And it's like a contradictory thing, I suppose, but I find a lot of inherent mental health to it, and maybe even mental wealth and actual wealth, because you know I actually have monetization instead of.
Well, yeah. Well, you've got your priorities there, your visions there. You know what I mean? You've got it all there. And man, I do want to say, right, I do appreciate you coming on Trash. I feel like this. I think we're like we're nearly an hour now, or getting close, like 50 odd
Oh
minutes.
my gosh, 50 minutes.
Yeah, bro. The episode has gone flying by, but I do appreciate you coming on. I know I reached out to you via the comments originally because fucking Twitter had like fucked up your messages.
Yeah, Twitter's beautiful Twitter. We
Yeah,
love
well, we've
Twitter.
got a lot to her. But yeah, I do appreciate you messaging me on there, and you know, we're getting you on the podcast. But yeah, man, I do appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
No
Yeah,
worries,
this
man.
was fun. This was fun. I actually like this.
I appreciate it, man. And thanks everyone for watching today's episode of Trash Talk. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. But I've been your host Samuel, and I'll catch you in the next
You
episode.
better fucking subscribe. You better fucking
Exactly.
like, and you better go to my channel too while you're at it. You better go to that
Exactly.
Nomad channel, okay? If you don't go to that Nomad channel, you know what's gonna happen, okay? These guys are gonna discredit you. They're gonna disown you, okay? They're gonna
Yeah,
send you to the
exactly.
streets. They're gonna send you to the alleyway. Okay, you were taking a walk the other day and you helped the old lady, and then you heard a big pop. Sometimes they don't even hear it.
Exactly. So yeah, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next week for Trash Talk.